Hey guys, I'm Upgraded Rotom, aka the coach of the San Diego Pachirisus, and here we are. We made it to the finals of the Season 13 LET Pokemon Draft League. Here we once again find ourselves against our opponent Rebel and their team the Austin Araquanids, which they still have a terrifying lineup against our matchup. Their terrifying Terra Captains alongside their crazy support Pokemon all mold together into making a wonderful team. This is going to be no easy battle, and it's definitely going to be one for the ages. However, I believe I've created a team that can bring us home one last victory. First up on the lineup, we've got our Hisuian Samurott here, and Samurott's running a pretty similar set as to last time we brought it against them, with the EV spread of 8 HP, max attack, 32 special defense, and 216 speed with the ability Sharpness, the hasty nature, the choice scarf as its item, and the moves Ceaseless Edge, Air Slash, Flip Turn, and Razor Shell. Once again, this set should allow us to outspeed any of my opponent's Pokemon, minus those that have a choice scarf or booster energy. Nothing on my opponent's team really wants to take a Ceaseless Edge, and even those that do, like Chestnut, I have Air Slash for. If I find myself in a really bad situation, I can always just Flip Turn out of there, and Razor Shell is there for some nice coverage if I choose so not to use Ceaseless Edge. The main threats we're going to be facing with this Pokemon are going to be the Chestnut and the Primarina, but like I mentioned before, we do have ways to cover those with the Air Slash and possibly Flip Turn. Next up on the roster, we've got our Deoxys Speed here, and Deoxys Speed is going to be rocking the EV spread of max HP, max defense with 4 special defense, the ability Pressure, the Timid Nature, and the Colbur Berry as its item, with the moves Reflect, Recover, Psyshock, and Focus Blast. This set here is designed to be our Gallade counter. With our max defenses and our max HP, we'll be able to take any hit that they want to go for, and with our Colbur Berry, we should be able to take a knockoff or even a Night Slash. With Reflect and Recover, we can mitigate more damage that they might want to do and allow ourselves to get some HP back during so. Using Psyshock, we'll be able to use our special attack stat to attack their physical defensive side, so with Gallade, that should be about a 2-hit KO if they're not invested in defense. And Focus Blast is there for coverage against stuff like the Iron Treads and the Heatran if it's not Terra. With our Timid ability, we should also be able to outspeed the majority of my opponent's Pokemon. The only things that we wouldn't be outspeeding would be like a Choice Scarf on anything above 100 speed, but besides that, we do definitely outspeed a Choice Scarf Gallade. After Deoxys here, we've got our Dugtrio, and Dugtrio is rocking the EV spread of 4 HP, max attack, max speed with the Tangling Hair ability, the Jolly Nature, the Focus Sash as its item, and the moves Endeavor, Iron Head, Earthquake, and Stealth Rock. With our set here, as long as there's no hazards on the field, we'll be able to guarantee that we live a hit, and with our Focus Sash, it'll bring us down to 1 HP, and our Endeavor will allow us to bring my opponent's Pokemon also down to 1 HP for a nice easy kill. If we don't find ourselves using that strategy, we can always set up our own Stealth Rocks, and then we have Iron Head and Earthquake to hit the majority of my opponent's team for super effective or neutral damage. The main threats for our Dugtrio here are most notably going to be the Chestnut, the Mismagius, and the Primarina, but if they do bring in any of those, then our Focus Sash and Endeavor set should be able to whittle down the Chestnut and Primarina pretty nicely, and Mismagius I can always just switch out. After Dugtrio, we've got our first Terra Captain of the week. We have our Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt's EV spread is going to be 224 HP, max special attack with 8 special defense and 24 speed, the Photosynthesis ability, the Modest Nature, and the Booster Energy as its item, with the moves Calm Mind, Thunderclap, Draco Meteor, and Thunderbolt, and its Terra, of course, being Fairy. With this set, we'll be able to outspeed their Primarina if they're trying to speed creep us, and do some pretty hefty damage back to it, while possibly even setting up our own Calm Minds to better take those hits and do more damage. With our Terra Fairy, we should be able to match up against my opponent's Pokemon like Latios and Primarina pretty easily, and possibly even a Gallade. Iron Treads we should still be able to take some pretty nice hits from. Our defenses are pretty great, and this is going to be our most likely Thundurus switch-in. Raging Bolt is going to be a strong damage output for our team this week, and so our goal is to try and utilize that booster energy as best as possible. Next up is our Sinistcha, and Sinistcha is rocking the EV spread of 240 HP, 184 defense, 68 special defense, and 16 speed, with the ability Heatproof, the Bold Nature, the item being Leftovers, and the moves Machigacha, Calm Mind, Shadow Ball, and Strength Sap, with the Terra Fairy as well. This set should allow us to outspeed a Primarina that's trying to speed creep us, and with the moves Machigacha and Shadow Ball, we'll do some nice damage to it as well, and thanks to our Leftovers, we might even be able to set up some Calm Minds against it and start getting some hefty damage going on to all of the opponent's Pokemon. Strength Sap is great as if we find ourselves against my opponent's physical attackers, most notably the Gallade or the Iron Treads, we'll be able to lower their attack stat while gaining our HP back. Sinistcha's Ghost typing is very important for this match, as if we do end up setting up the rocks, then we are going to be able to counter their Iron Treads really nicely, as we can take their stab moves pretty nicely and ignore their rapid spins. The main Pokemon we don't want to face with this is going to be their Chestnut, but even still we can Strength Sap that guy down and set up with Calm Minds and do some heavy damage with our Matcha Gotcha once we do have those Calm Minds up. Last but not least, we've got our Hawlucha here, and Hawlucha is going to be running an EV spread this week of 136 HP, max attack with 120 speed, the Unburden ability, the Jolly Nature, and the Big Nugget as its item, with the moves Fling, Acrobatics, Defog, and Stone Edge. One of the things Hawlucha wants to do this week is trying to bait out their Pokemon such as Latios and their Thundurus, and with our moves like Fling and Stone Edge, we'll be able to do some really nice damage to all of them, and once we lose our item, our Unburden is going to activate, allowing us to outspeed anything on my opponent's team, and Acrobatics will allow us to do some pretty heavy damage as well. Defog is there in order to get rid of Hazards as best as possible because we really want Dugtrio's Focus Sash intact. A lot of my opponent's team does not take a lot of good hits from my dual stab on that. So as long as we can find ourselves in a decent endgame with at least 1 HP or our ideally Focus Sash intact still, we can do some crazy damage to Pokemon that have already been whittled down. And that's going to be the team for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this little team builder. Let me know what you guys think of it down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys for the final match of Season 13. Alright, here we are guys, the final match of the season! Let's see what they brought. I'm very curious if they changed it up from last time or not. They did bring this Magius. Ooh, no Gallade? Oh, that makes you a little bit rougher, but okay. I think we should be good to go ahead and lead our Samurott still. No Gallade. Wow, okay. I'm really surprised to see that. That thing was giving me like a ton of trouble in practice. Huh, I mean, at least the good news will be that we will have the Colbur Berry for Dark Pulse. For Dark Pulse or Knockoff, with Thundurus and Iron Treads respectively. But dang, okay. Let's lock in. Yeah, they're a team. Ooh. This team was so hard to prep for. Honestly, either way this game goes, I'm just happy to have made it to finals. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm nervous. Very nervous. We already said our good lucks and have fun, so we're gonna have a great time. They lead into Latios. Okay. How much is Latios taking from Samurott? Like a defensive Latios. It's taking about 70 HP, and if it has Aura Sphere, we're taking about 65 max. Okay, yeah, that's not a bad move. We'll just go for the Ceaseless Edge. Get some spikes up. I just forgot about Draco Meteor, so maybe they might Draco. And we might lose Samurott here, but we should outspeed still. If we don't, then we at least learn that they are Choice Scarf. They do end up switching into what? Probably the Primarina. They do switch into Primarina. Okay, and then we do get a nice spikes up. Ooh, that did a lot more damage than I was expecting. That's because that was a crit. I am so sorry. I'm very happy for me, but I'm so sorry for you. Ooh, lefties? Lefties. Okay. So this might be where they go for a Moonblast. How much is Nifty taken from a Moonblast again? But it is good to see that they don't have the... Actually, what is Raging Bolt doing right now? Not a lot with Iron Treads in the back. With a bulky offensive Calm Mind set, Moonblast is doing 50 to 63. I don't think that's our best bet. I doubt they go for a water type move here. So I want to go into Egg Boys and possibly get an Earthquake off. I'm going to double check how much Earthquake is doing real quick. Earthquake's doing about 50%. Ironhead would be doing a lot. Yeah, let's go ahead and switch into our Egg Boys here. This might be a bad call just because if they do go for a water move, then dang it. We will have our Sash to keep us alive. Perish Song. Word, okay. Cool set. Cool set. I'm gonna go ahead and set up rocks right here. Because either they go for a switch out or they go for a water move. If they go for Whirlpool, that's pretty sick. I don't know if Whirlpool... Actually, I should calculate. Is Whirlpool going to kill me? Whirlpool might kill me. If they get a min roll, we'll be able to survive. But if they get like a max, they do switch out. Okay. So we'll get some spikes up. Is this is Heatran. And I didn't see an air balloon. This might be where they Terra Grass. If they Terra Grass, what is my play? Endeavor? Get this thing out of the way? Honestly, we have 2 turns on Perished, right? Yeah, so it's this turn and then our last turn and then... Okay. So let's go ahead and Earthquake here. Oh, come on, really? Alright, we'll be back. Okay, and we do find ourselves back in the same situation. The plan is still going to be the same. We're just going to go for an Earthquake. If I did realize in the post, or not post, while waiting on this, that if they do switch into like a Levitate Mon, or yeah, a Levitate Mon, then Earthquake isn't going to be doing much, but we can always just switch out the next turn. So we'll go for it. Hopefully no DC again. They do Terra, so that means that their, what's their face? Is not going to be Terra-ing anymore. Miss Magius. Terra Grass, okay. That should be fine. And then if they do go for a Lava Plume, please don't get a burn. Please don't get a burn. We live with our Sash. Please no burn, please no burn, please no burn. I'm begging no burn. Okay, cool, no burn. And then we're going to go ahead and Endeavor here. If they switch into... What's their face? Miss Magius, then that's a really good call, honestly. I can't be mad at that. We do get that Endeavor off nicely. The Flame Body does activate, but at this point it doesn't matter. Good to know that they're Flame Body as well. We don't have any Fire-type moves, but I was worried about that. Are they Citrus? They're Citrus. Okay, how much is Samurott doing to this? I want to double check that. Let's say you are defensive. Terra Grass. Ceaseless Edge is doing about 28%. I think we should still be able to kill. Would it be better to just go out into you, though? Let's go into you, and we'll go for the Ceaseless Edge. I didn't double check how much that Citrus Berry brought them back, but I do believe it only brings them up to 25%. So Ceaseless Edge is still a pretty nice move into their team. Primarina might come out, but if it does, it does. We get a second layer of spikes up. We're gonna beg not to miss. Let's see. I mean, it's either they let this thing go down or Primarina comes out. They don't want anything else taking a Ceaseless Edge. We could get a Flame Body proc here too, which could be a little bit annoying, but I still think we can do what we need to do later in the game. But having Heatran out of, especially their Terra Captain out of the way, is nice. Okay, they do switch out. So unless they get rid of rocks, then we should be able to take those hits pretty nicely. And are we going to get the crit again? That'd be crazy. We don't get the crit again. They get a second layer of spikes going, which is going to be some nice hazard damage. They could very well Perish Trap again. We're going to go out into Nifty here, though, because if they are the Perish Trap set, then they might just go for a Whirlpool, trying to catch whatever comes in. Okay. So out comes Sinistra here. They go for a flip turn. Okay. I'll take that. Well, what's to come out and face this? I mean, if Heatran is still low, Heatran's gonna die to Hazards. It might be their Miss Magius. How much can I take from Miss Magius? Shadow Ball. Yeah, Miss Magius. Let's say it's a choice spec set, and if I Terra, I'm taking about... Oh, not a lot. I'm taking a lot. Can I survive a Miss Magius with specs? No, Dazzling Gleam would easily kill me. Yeah, Dazzling Gleam... Wow. Dazzling Gleam does a lot. Shadow Ball is also very likely here. If I do Terra, how much am I taking from a Shadow Ball if this thing is spec? 50 to 60%. And if I get up a Calm Mind after that... Ooh, a lot. Okay, well, I might just Terra here and go for a Shadow Ball. Because I'll be able to live it, and then my Shadow Ball should be able to kill it with the Spikes damage. Or not Spikes, sorry, the Rocks damage. Destiny Bond! I forgot this thing gets Destiny Bond! That's wild! Oh, good play. I can't be mad at that. Oh, but we live it! Okay. I'll take that. I'll take that a lot. We're gonna go up and Calm Mind. Oh, I got very lucky there. I can't deny that. I got lucky there. Nice taunt. Okay. So here, good to know that they aren't going to be... Do they Shadow Ball? Do I need Alistair at all for this anymore? Not really. I am a-okay to sack this to waste the Destiny Bond. At least that would be my thought process. We'll find out if they Shadow Ball or not. I've never seen this thing's flying animation. This is sick. They do go for the Destiny Bond. And do I want to take this down? Or set up a Reflect? I'll let this thing take me down. We'll go for a Shy Stalk. I don't know if that's the right call or not. We'll find out later in the day. Later into the battle, I mean. Nothing is gonna stop us from going ahead and going into our Charlie here. Actually, would anything stop us from going into Vaggie? Yes, the Thunderous. Nothing stops us from going into Charlie here, so we'll go Charlie. Who is Garp? Garp is Iron Treads. Okay, so this is where we Razor Shell. Are they booster? We'll find out if they're booster. They're not booster. Okay, so this is where we Razor Shell. Razor Shell is going to be really nice. We could flip turn, but I think the damage is going to be amazing onto Primarina as well, as they will get a lot of hazard damage. We could also lower the defense of anything that is coming in. If this thing is Scarf, though, they can hit us, but we should be able to survive any hit that it does. Razor Shell should kill it, and it does. Now we don't need to worry about hazard removal. And then Heatran should still die from hazards. I don't think Heatran is going to be living anymore. Who's cranky? Thunderous. Okay. So, ooh. No boots. So now, we should be good to go into Bolt. Set up a Calm Mind, possibly. And KO from there. Do we want to go Bolt? How much is Razor Shell doing to this? Because maybe I can get a Razor Shell off and then go into Bolt. Under Therian. Razor Shell. Ooh, that's doing a lot. Okay. We can go ahead and go for the Razor Shell and then Fling. We do get the defense drop. That's not necessary at this point, but... Ooh, they thought we would switch. Very good for us. We can go for another Razor Shell. Rocks do kill it. If they decide to switch out, it dies. At least I'm pretty sure. Out comes Latias. And I didn't actually check to see how much we were doing with Latias. But we just go out into Sinistra here. Latias might have Healing Wish. Thunderbolt. Okay. We can take that very nicely. And should I Shadow Ball or just Calm Mind? I think a Shadow Ball wouldn't be the worst, just because we can get some super effective damage. I do want to see how much we can do to Latias. Shadow Ball is doing about 50% of its HP. Yeah, Shadow Ball is a good move. Because if Primarina comes in and that outspeeds, we kill that at least. Okay, down goes Heatran, which to the stones. Good to know. And then, what comes out next? Like, if Primarina comes out, I think we should still outspeed. If we don't, then we just Matcha Gotcha. Because I'm pretty sure we should live a Shadow, or not Shadow Ball, a Moon Blast. We can still Shadow Ball this. Takes another round of rocks, so that does make it so that we get into the death range. Or at least high up on the death range. It does have Healing Wish, so looks like Thunderous is coming back in. How do we face Thunderous? Thunderous' Thunderbolt is not doing all too much. They are a nasty plot set, so if I Shadow Ball, if I Calm Mind actually, oh sorry, that's with a +1. Is it going to take rocks before? It does do Healing Wish before rocks. Okay. It's not Choice Scarf, though. Right? No, if it was Choice Scarf, we would have outsped with, we wouldn't have outsped with Samurott. I think we just whittle this down. We Shadow Ball again. Because Samurott will definitely be able to outspeed this. Worst case scenario, this thing doesn't get recovery. I don't believe it gets priority either. And a +2 Thunderbolt is doing what to us? Like, I'm just basically saying if we're going to be able to live. It could kill us. We have a chance that we're going to be able to survive. We'll go ahead and Shadow Ball again. Forgot about Sludge Wave. Okay. Down goes Sinistra. And then I do believe we are good to Samurott here. It is at a little bit lower than 50 HP. Is Ceaseless Edge gonna... Yeah, Ceaseless Edge is gonna be able to kill it. So we'll go for a Ceaseless Edge, and then worst case scenario we have... What's their face in the back? Raging Bolt for Primarina here. At least I'm pretty sure. I think that should be good. We do hit the Ceaseless Edge. The spikes and the hazards are going to be damaging the Primarina a lot. I don't know if they're going to go down to the hazards. We're about to find out. We will definitely find out here. Out comes Sailor Moon. And... okay, they don't die, but I think we have enough damage to be able to KO it with Ceaseless Edge. And we do. And guys, that has been the finals match of Season 13. Thank you, Revel, to the amazing match. I believe we made it to Great Ball, if I'm not mistaken. So that is amazing. This is the first time I've ever won a finals, so we did it, guys. Sorry, I'm really excited now. Thank you guys for staying tuned and watching this season follow through. I had a wonderful time. I hope you guys enjoyed the journey just as much as I did. And I guess next season I'll see y'all in Great Ball. Peace.